Mohawk Group Holdings is a rapidly growing technology-enabled consumer products company that uses machine learning, natural language processing, and data analytics to design, develop, market, and sell consumer products. Now, Mohawk predominantly operates through online retail channels like Amazon, Walmart, as well as Shopify. And with me to explain more about the company is the co-founder and CEO of Mohawk Group Holdings, Yaniv Sarig. So great to have you here. Sounds very interesting.
Great to be here.
Doing. Let's just talk about the machine learning aspect, because that's something we've been hearing a lot about lately. How does that work in your overall business model and help the customer and the retailer?
Sure. We, as a company, were founded 6 years ago. And one of the realizations that we came to was that consumers these days are more and more data-driven in the way they shop. Whereas in the past, consumers were very brand-driven. Today, they are searching for many different functionalities or features in products that as a consumer product company, we're trying to predict and to detect in the vast amounts of data that are available in the public space, so that we can inform our product teams what exact products are people looking for, what are the features, what are the inefficiencies that they're seeing in existing products that we can improve on and build better devices that consumers will like. Mm-hmm. So with machine learning, we use natural language processing to go through millions of reviews, find sentiment around what consumers like and don't like, and inform our team with that as to what are the products that we would like to produce for them.
Now, we talked about natural language processing. So are you dealing with voice activation as well?
No, we're more focused on the reviews that consumers are leaving in text form across many different sites. We just believe that, again, a lot of people talk about consumer centricity. There's so much information out there that consumers are willingly leaving us, around what they prefer or don't like about the products. That as a company trying to create better products for the consumers, it would be it's very important to listen to those customers, right? And we believe that we can do that at a very large scale using technology.
And you're working with the biggest names in e-commerce. I mean, Amazon and Walmart and Shopify. I mean, they're the biggies there. So you really provide the technology or kind of the infrastructure for them to be able to do this?
No, this is actually where it gets very interesting, right? We're a very unique company. We're basically a hybrid company between a technology and consumer products. We actually make money selling products. So what we do with our technology is understand the market, find where the opportunities are, and then we actually create physical products, physical devices under our portfolio of brands that we own and sell them on those platforms that you mentioned where consumers are, right? So a lot of us show up on Amazon or on Walmart. We use technology to try to figure out what is it that you're looking for, so we can make that product with a very agile supply chain, bring it to those markets, and provide it to you there with obviously the data informing us, right?
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't recall ever hearing a company do this before. Is this kind of a disruptive technology?
Well, it's beyond the technology. I have to make sure it's clear that technology is really an empowering force, a driver that allows us to be very efficient. But in general, we just believe that today, any business out there, whether you're making products or services, you need to create proprietary technology to gain an advantage, right? And so for us, we just looked at how consumer companies of the past operated in traditional brick and mortar retail, and we realized it's not going to cut it for online. Everything is moving faster. You have to be more data oriented. You have to be very automated in your ability to manage a lot of products. And so that's why we've invested significantly in technology, not just to identify what products to make, but throughout the entire supply chain of a consumer company. We're trying to infuse technology in every step of the way: customer service, shipping and fulfillment, marketing automation and pricing automation, everywhere in the consumer product supply chain that a product company selling products online could use automation to gain efficiencies. We've invested in building that.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you must have really benefited from the pandemic and in the future. I mean, it looks like these are permanent changes that we're going to have in our society.
We truly believe that, first of all, we feel very grateful that, that we were not on the wrong side of the equation, I would say, from that perspective. And don't take that lightly. We believe that there was an acceleration of e-commerce that's here to stay, and that consumers who have adopted e-commerce in the last year are going to continue to use platforms on which we sell. And, that acceleration obviously is beneficial to us. At the same time, there were also challenges, right? The pandemic on one hand caused a lot of demand for e-commerce. At the same time, it disrupted supply chains, it disrupted last mile shipping. And, I'm very proud of how our team was able to kind of handle all these difficult challenges. But overall, yes, it was a good year for us.
Yeah. Yeah. And I agree with your sentiments. I mean, it's been so hard on so many businesses this past year. So walk me through, from a consumer's point of view, will they notice your service, or how will they, it will be kind of a subconscious thing? Everything will just be more smooth.
Yeah, our technology is very back end based, right? It's all about allowing us as a company to be more efficient. So from a consumer perspective, they'll see our products under a portfolio of brands, and it would be hard for them to tell that behind the scenes we put a lot of technology and again agile supply chain and fulfillment to get in front of those consumers. But for us, what we're doing is as consumer centric as you get, right? We are analyzing how consumers are looking for products. We're skipping the places where really there are already very good products that we don't need to do much about, but where we find an opportunity where consumers are searching for a very specific thing, say a countertop dishwasher for small space, and we see that the existing products are not really quite there, we'll build something that really matches what the consumers are telling us is missing in the existing products. We'll bring it to market under one of our brands within, again, 6 to 8 months, and then focus very specifically on selling to the demand that we saw was lacking the supply, right? And so for a consumer, they might be searching for something specific, and just like any other product, they might see ours, not necessarily realizing that behind the scenes, we've done a lot of work to really get that product to them at the best price, at the best value, where there was really no good product before.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so kind of tell me where you see this industry going. I mean, I think everybody agrees that e-commerce is here to stay and probably, becoming even bigger than it is. And what kind of things can consumers look for in the next couple of years?
What we're excited about is that our company has been made possible by the fact that consumers have been empowered by e-commerce, right? In the past, when consumers were in a traditional store, they didn't have the same tools and the same data to really make their decisions, right? Today, consumers are empowered by again, companies like Amazon and Walmart and Shopify. They have amazing tools to make decisions about shopping. And also the shelf is infinite. They have a lot of choices, right? And so for us, that's the direction it's going to continue to go. And we as a company trying to make products for people are extremely aligned with that, right? We're always going to be looking to understand the customer, predict what they want, and try to be as agile as possible in our ability to bring products to them, right? I think that trend is going to continue. Retailers and consumer product companies are going to be competing for who can better understand the customer, serve them in a more efficient and fast way, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think that last mile part of it is where I've really seen, for example, I ordered something from Target yesterday morning and it came by 6 o'clock yesterday. So it was same day. And I think we're going to see more of that really quick turnaround.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The last mile shipping is going to be quite an interesting battleground for retailers and brands, as obviously with the amount of choice consumers have today and this infinite digital shelf, products differentiation is harder, right? And so supply chain capabilities and the ability to really provide the product at the best price as fast as possible becomes a huge advantage. Mm-hmm. That's one reason we've also invested in building our own last mile fulfillment capability. Obviously, we sell on Amazon and Walmart and Shopify, and they have some logistics systems that allow to do that. But we've specifically built our own and optimized it for certain type of products where we believe we could get even better prices and rates, and again, in conclusion, get to the customer a better price. Because we can cut so much cost on the fulfillment when we optimize it, right? But yes, you're absolutely right. We'll see a lot of efforts by all players in this industry to even get further and further closer to the customer and cut that time it takes you to get your product.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And maybe the warehousing in those fulfillment centers will take the place of some of the commercial real estate we'll lose.
Yeah. I think we're seeing that already, right? We're seeing that already. And there's definitely a lot of, I think, excitement about optimizing, again, that closeness to the consumer, many different innovative ideas that we're seeing. We'll continue to see that, in my opinion, happening very fast.
Yeah. Okay. So Yaniv, anything else you want to add about the company or where you see this industry?
Well, I think the one really interesting thing that is happening also right now, and consumers I think are going to maybe hear about this more in the next few quarters. In the last few years, a lot of smaller digital native brands, were kind of created to fill the gap where e-commerce was growing very quickly and the traditional consumer brands couldn't keep up. And so what we're seeing now is a new breed of consumer companies like us, a few others that were born in the last few years that are going to consolidate the space, right? And where before it was a lot of very small players, we believe that we'll see larger companies investing in infrastructure and technology to be able to be the kind of larger players in the consumer product space and e-commerce. So it's going to be an exciting transformation, I believe, in that industry.
Yeah, boy, transformation is right. It's been very interesting to watch. So thank you so much, Yaniv, for joining us, and best of luck.
Thank you. Take care.